Good evening, baseball fans. This is your broadcaster speaking on behalf of SESN, bringing to you live from Seattle the game day 25 of season 27 of the HCBBL between the San Francisco Jailbirds and the Seattle Sonics, live from the corner of Edgar and Dave. The visiting Jailbirds are coming off a one-game losing streak and have been relatively tumbling some in the prior days. Last night was certainly no close one for them. They got thumped by Milwaukee, losing 11-5 to the Honey Badgers. They have a season record of 12-12 and are currently in the 7th playoff spot. As for the Sonics, they come back home after playing a one-day road trip against the Iowa Dream. Sonics, after winning last night, are now 2-4 in the last 6 games, with that win, defeating Iowa at a score of 10-7. But the game truly wasn't that close, with the Sonics taking an 8-0 lead after the top of the third and holding their heads all the way. Of course, with their current standing with their current standings, they are in the 8th position and one game out of San Francisco. Notable performances of the day will be brought to you on the line score right here. Starting off with the man who led off for Seattle yesterday, June, 1 for 5 with the run scored and an RBI. Then batting in the second position was Bellinger. Bellinger went 3 for 5 with an RBI and run coming courtesy of a solo shot. Then batting in the third position was the captain, Vellanaris, who went 1 for 4 with a run and an RBI scored. His RBI came off of sacrifice bunt. Batting cleanup was Aura, the losing pitcher 2 nights ago, went 1 for 5 with a run scored. Then batting in the sixth position was the real killer diller, Doogie. Doogie had the first 2 runs of the game driven in when he 2 RBI singled in the top of the first inning to give Seattle their first lead, of which they never relinquished. He went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs total as he added a solo home run of his own. Batting in the 7th position was... Actually, Doogie was in the 5th. I misread my line score. Echo in the 6th position went 2 for 4 with a run scored and also made the lone Seattle error. In the 7th position was Gabriel. Gabriel went 2 for 4 with a run scored as well. Batting in the 8th position was Full Squad. Full Squad had a towering 3-run home run. For the first Seattle home run, he hit it off the left field scoreboard. That made the score 5-0 Seattle and actually knocked out the Iowa pitcher, Jose Altuve, out of the box after only 2 innings of a starting appearance. So overall, all told, he went 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs all off that home run, and he came around to score twice together. And then lastly, the 9th position was Jerko. He had the quietest day of all Seattle bats, but he did have an RBI. He had the first sacrifice bunt for the Sonics. And on the mound pitching, Vellanaris took the win to go to 4-3 on the year. In 7 innings, he gave up 6 runs, across 12 hits. He struck out 3 and walked none. Coming into relief to finish the game and mop-up duty was Echo. Echo gave up 2 runs on 1 hit, which was a solo home run. In 2 innings, he gave up 1 run on 2 hits. One of those was a 2-run home run by Zach Waxer, who drove in Fed Waxer in the 8th inning, and he struck out 1 and walked none. So the Seattle Sonics will hope to carry their offensive capability that they certainly showed yesterday over to today's game against San Francisco, arguably the most important game for them coming down this final stretch. Of course, once again, the Jailbirds just 1 game ahead of them in 7th place, Seattle in 8th place. That 7th place is the last playoff spot for the standings. So whoever has it, or whoever's at least in a tie for it, is guaranteed to be in the playoffs, of course. Now, before we go to first pitch today, just some scores from out of town before we look at the HCBB scoreboard. English Premier League today, Aston Villa 0, Brentford 1. Brentford had a red card, went down to 10 men, but held on after a stoppage time goal in the first half and saw the result through. Manchester United 3, Fulham 2. Manchester United went ahead 2-0, but then Raul Jimenez and Kevin added 2 goals. Manchester United answered right back in the 94th minute to take all 3 points. Benjamin Sesko, assisted by Bruno Fernandes. Nottingham Forest 1, Crystal Palace 1. Nottingham Forest took an early lead off a Morgan Gibbs White goal, but Nico Williams handballed in the box to allow Crystal Palace a penalty. Forest were actually the better side in the second half, but ultimately could not find the back of the net. And lastly, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester City 2, it was Manchester City who were on the front foot to begin with. Their first half saw a goal from Cherki and Semenyo, but the second half was Tottenham's half. Dominic Solanke had two brilliant goals, including a flicked finish over Gianluigi Donnarumma to tie the game. So that scorpion kick, truly up there for one of the goals of the season. And some other results from international soccer: Real Madrid 2, Rayo Vallecano 1. Real Madrid left it late, but courtesy of their opponents, who allowed two of their players to get sent off and get down to 9 men. Real Betis 2, Valencia 1. Fornals scored late for Real Betis after 2 goals in the span of 3 minutes, one for either side in the first half. Getafe 0, Celta Vigo 0. A pretty quiet game. Both sides only totaled 14 shots together, and only 3 of them were on target. And lastly, Athletic Club 1, Real Sociedad 1. Real Sociedad took the lead early in the 37th minute off Gonçalo Guedes' goal, but Bras Mendes got sent off in the 83rd minute before Atletico Bilbao were able to equalize just 5 minutes later for the final score. So, before we move on to the first pitch, let's look at the out-of-town scoreboards. The HCBB scoreboards, excuse me. It's going to be Portland in Arizona, Chicago Breeze in Washington, and Philadelphia and the Chicago Ravens underway right now. They were the 8 o'clock start. And for the 9 o'clock start coinciding with this Sonics game, it's Baltimore and Milwaukee, Iowa and St. Louis. So, in my opinion, I haven't been informed, as I usually have, of what the Sonics actually specifically want, but based off my best estimation, Arizona's actually only 2 games past Seattle, 2 games ahead of Seattle, so of course they would want Portland to win. Chicago Breeze towards the top of the pack, Washington a little closer to the 7th place. I would say the Breeze should win that game. Chicago Ravens are catching up. They're now tied with the Iowa Dream in the standings, but Philadelphia, Philadelphia are towards the top, so perhaps Philadelphia to win to make sure Seattle stays at least in that 8th position. And Baltimore last, and probably no chance to make the playoffs, so it's really a coin flip there as to either side. And lastly, St. Louis, Iowa. St. Louis also towards the top, and the Iowa Dream now 3 games out of 7th place. So just to keep it fair for the Sonics, probably say St. Louis should win that game for them. So we'll have first pitch in just a moment. This is Sunday Night Baseball on the SESN. Thank you for listening to the pregame, and we'll see you shortly.
Did we start yet?
All right, welcome back, baseball fans, to pregame. As you see, the stadium's just loaded in. Lineup's about to be set. As this is the last guaranteed Sunday night baseball game, with next week being an off week for Super Bowl Sunday, because nobody's watching the Pro Bowl anymore. Good riddance. I don't even know. I don't even know what time it is. I'm gonna turn the mic over to my fellow commentator here in the booth, Morgana. We apologize for the extracurricular on the field there by the first base side. He'll be doing the full play-by-play for today because he can't make any of the weekdays because he's busy being concussed or something like that. I'm not sure.
All right. Anyways, hey everybody. Morgan is over here with Capitalist here for game number 25 of the regular season back at T-Mobile Park on the corner of Edgar and Dave. Tonight's match will be the Seattle Sonics taking on the San Francisco Jailbirds. Boo. A lot of former names on the other team, including Greg and Tox. So it'd be great to get a a little payback with a win right here. Let's talk about the first two games. Sonics have split the series, one win, one loss. They took the first game of the series 10-9, final of 9 in San Fran. But the next day, San Francisco won with the score of 4-5 after Seattle was up by a couple of runs. So tonight, Sonics looking to take game number 25 and game 3 of the series and potentially put themselves in a playoff spot. Again, they're only one game out for the 7th seed. San Francisco being the 7th seed. So a win here would be great for them in the long run.
Just to cut in here before the first pitch, the current scores in the 8 o'clock start games: Arizona 2 and Portland 4. It's the Arizona 5th. Washington nothing. Chicago Breeze 3. It's the Washington 7th. Chicago Ravens 6. Philadelphia Surge 5. It's the Surge 5th.
All right, thanks for that. Looks like the starting pitcher will be Echo. First start for him, I believe.
No, second.
Wow, look at that
he
ERA.
He was the one who gave up 9 runs against Los Angeles.
Oh, got it. Okay, second home start, and the batter will be Go Yankee 27, batting .423, wrapping the number 67. The first pitch on the way is a swing and a miss, and we are underway. Welcome to Sonics Baseball, everybody. So we'll go over the positions very soon. The next pitch is outside, ball one. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. So on the mound, as you know, it's Echo. Behind the plate, it will be full squad. Looks like Bellinger at first. Doogie at second. That pitch is outside, ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike. Looks like the Sonics are playing an extra outfielder today. It'll be Aura at third. Gabe at right. Here comes the 2-1. Swinging a ground ball through the right side of the infield. That's going to be a base hit, a leadoff base hit for Go Yankee. Gets things started for the Jailbirds with the leadoff single here in the top of the first. And here comes AJ is a beast, known for his outlandish temper.
That's one
Gets
way to
traded
put
a
it.
lot. No loyalty to his teams whatsoever. But hey, if you're batting like he is, you have all right to talk like that. Sonic's looking to turn the double play here, get out some trouble. Trumpets blasting. Here comes the first pitch. That's in there for a strike, 0-1.
I think the
Echo,
most.
the
Oh,
left-handed pitch.
my bad. I was just gonna say, I think most recent transaction for AJ, if memory serves me right, he was traded from San Diego, now Baltimore, over to the Jailbirds after verbally complaining at his team's poor performance.
The 0-1 is down low, so the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. This will be Velenaris in right center. Looks like Jun in left center, and in left it'll be Pikachu. Here comes the 1-1. That's outside. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out. Yankee at first. Sonic's running 4 outfielder, 3 infielder, 1 catcher. Shift. Now the set to 2-1 is a strike on the inside edge. The count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. AJ calls time. Echo would love to use it to get a strikeout here. Packed house tonight. There in the rafters. AJ calls time again. Now steps back in. No official in this server. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled down the third base line. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first with nobody out here in the top of the first. Here comes the 2-2. Up high, ball 3. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first. Echo's already through 10 pitches. Boy, he would love a strikeout right here. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. So 1 down here in the top of the first, and here comes X-Tox giving him some extracurricular. The former Sonic, also known for his poor attitude, requested a trade following a heartbreaking loss against the Reapers last week. He's now a Jailbird. Also, that strikeout was brought to you by Carl's Clam Chowder, the creamiest clam chowder in the Pacific Northwest. 12 strikeouts means a free 16-ounce bowl of clam chowder at your nearest Carl's location. As that first pitch is outside for ball 1. Comes outside, ball 2. They might be walking him. Bellinger playing on the bag at first, trying to prevent Yankee from getting a lead. Yankee is stuck on that bag like gum on your shoe. Bellinger now shifts back. Yankee dancing at the bag. Way high, ball 3. They're going to walk him. Tox looking for the cookie. Tox is yelling at Echo. He's scared. Velenaris will now come in. He'll play second. Doogie officially moves to shortstop. Now from the stretch, here comes the 3-0. Swinging a ground ball right to Aura. And it's thrown away! Oh no, Doogie was not there to make the catch. It gets thrown away and everybody is safe. Runners on first and second with 1 out. I'm pretty sure that will be an error on Aura. It'll be E5 or
Yeah, E5's right. No,
Got E5.
that's not the shortstop's fielding play. That's just a lack of communication there. Villanera should have run over to the bag. Usually, when you go around the horn, it's 5-4-3, third to second to first. Both middle infielders slow to get it, and now runner in scoring position, just one out.
Bellinger and Aura playing in the infield dirt. Hometown is the batter. A double play would end the threat. Here comes way high, ball 2. Some bad fielding by Seattle. Haven't seen much of that ever since Talks left. As you know, he's notorious for going AFK in right field, and AJ is chirping on the chirping from the dugout. Holy ball spam of doom, bro! As that's a swung on a miss for strike 1. The count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Yankees getting a big lead at first. I think they should consider a pick. He's just lounging out there. Oh my goodness! Check swing. It's a strike. The count evens out to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. Top of the first echoes through 19 pitches. Now from the stretch, the 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled down the first base seats. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Guess what? 2 on with 1 out. Runners take their leads. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and lifted to shallow left field. It looks like it will fall, and everybody's safe. Here comes Yankee. The play at the plate, not in time. 1 run scores. It's 1-0.
Well, the hit and run
Jailbirds
was
on
on
top.
there. You saw Yankee and Talks taking a massive, massive running start. Texas Leaguer falls between short and left fielder. Both players slow to get to it. Unfortunate there.
If there's anything the Jailbirds are good at besides scoring runs, it's blowing leads. They're notorious for that, as that's a strike. Runners on the corners with 1 out here in the top of the first. Shout out to Angel in the chat. No, we are not going to get spladled. As the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt, the count evens out to 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on, 1 run in. Here in the top of the first, Bellinger was originally saddling the line at first. Now he's more toward the right gap of the infield. Aura playing a bit behind the bag at third. Talks gets a running lead, but that ball is fouled way down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on, 1 run in. It is live. What are you talking about? Sorry, I'm talking to the chat. Now from the set, here comes the 1-2 outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, top of the first. 1 run in with 1 out. Hometown dancing around the bag at first. Talks chilling on the bag at third. Here comes a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Swing 2 down here in the top of the first. Looked like off-speed pitch that just sailed out the zone. XO Kevin gonna give some words to Echo before he goes to the mound.
Yeah, you were right there. That was a slow curve. Just didn't time it up. Similar to the first strikeout of AJ.
Outside, ball 1. And that strikeout brought to you by Carl's Clam Chowder, the creamiest clam chowder in the Pacific Northwest. And here comes the 1-0. Remember, that's a strike. Remember, 12 strikeouts, free bowl of 16-ounce clam chowder. We would love to have some clam chowder. We haven't had it yet. Here comes the 1-1. That pitch is swung on and lifted deep to right field. It's going to be down the line and toward the corner. That's a fair ball down for extra bases. Talk scores, 1 runs in. Here comes the throw to second. He is safe. Runners on second and third with 2 outs, 1 run in. As Kevin doing push-ups on the bag at second. Here comes Notre Dame Nerd, the former Sonic. A couple games ago, he had a 2 home run game, almost had 3, but 1 got robbed at the warning track. For Notre Dame, it's either home run or bust. As that pitch is lined down the third base line, but foul. Aura tried to catch it. He was too late. Here comes the 0-1. That's a strike. Echo would love to have a strikeout right here to end this inning and get Sonics up to bat. That's way high, ball one. Notre Dame has 14 strikeouts on the season. That's almost league average. Here comes the 1-2 as that swung on and popped up right to full squad. He'll make the catch, then that'll retire the side, but not before the Jailbirds get two. Your Turbo Ace AI score. It's the Jailbirds 2, Sonics coming up. And it looks like hometown hero will be coming up to the mound with the 2-1 record, 46 innings, 4.3 ERA. Give some extracurriculars to Tox. Oh my goodness, is Tox going on the mound? Uh-oh. Home run derby. Everyone get your helmets. Everyone get your helmets. Take cover. This is not a drill. Oh, no, just kidding. It is. It'll be AJ is the beast on the mound. Or will it be Yankee? It'll be AJ is the beast. 5.471 ERA, 2-3 record, 51 innings pitched. You will love to get another. You will love to make it 2. No, just kidding. It'll be go Yankee. 0-1 record, 19.2 innings, 3.203 ERA, 14 Ks, 2 walks. No, just kidding. It'll be Tox now. No, it's Yankee. No, it is Tox. 16.2 ERA. If you remember, he was in that Sunday game in Columbus, and he got blown up. You would love for the Seattle team to get revenge on him after every grievance he has caused to this team and this fan base. A leadoff bomb would be nice, and it looks like they're stalling. Someone start the timer. This might violate the 2-minute rule. We'll get our starting fielders as soon as everyone is set. There'll be Tux on the mound, hometown behind the plate. Flame at third, as the first pitch on the way is a ball outside, 1-0. Jin recently got 4th place at the HCBB Got Talent show, won 5,000 Robux, so that's a strike. The counting's out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Sang 2 songs. His main language is Japanese, but he said he sang both songs in Korean. Here comes the 1-1, way outside. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. He did have a little bit of connection issues because, he's pitching fast. That's in there for a strike. The counting is at the 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Jin calls time to step out the box. Just the gloves. Now steps back in. We're ready. Tox gets the sign from hometown. Here comes the 2-2. Way high, full count. So full count to the leadoff batter, Jin. And all Jin really needs to do is just work this guy's his pitches, because eventually you'll get a hold of one. Just be patient. Jun with the 495 average, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Tox does the cross, and here comes Bellinger.
Well, that's the
AJ
first time.
chirping from the field.
That's the first time I've really seen someone pitch to June. First day in a Seattle uniform. He got intentionally walked 5 times.
That pitch is in there for a strike, nothing in 1. Bellinger, 8 home runs and 25 RBI in the season. From the stretch, here comes the 0-1. Swinging a line drive, right to Flame. He'll take it. Throws the first in time for the second out of the inning. 2 down quickly, and here comes the player manager, Jason Villanares. Jason Lee batting .317 with 7 home runs and 17 RBI, and OPS of .614 and 13 strikeouts. Man, he will love to get one here. Is that it's in there for a strike, nothing in 1. Here comes the 0-1. In there for a strike. Tox quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. The thing about Tox is that once he gets in a roll, he gets very cocky. As that pitch is fouled down the first base line, we'll do it again. No balls and 2 strikes. You're unmuted. Did you fall? Are you okay? Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a drive into the gap. It gets by the diving reach of the shortstop into center field. A base hit. So a 2-out single for Leonidas. Here comes the starting pitcher, Echo. Has not hit a home run this season, but guess what? A home run would tie this game.
Well, to be fair to Echo, this is like his third game, I think. Compensation pick after Sin's fanned all against Columbus. Sin's, of course, been suspended for the rest of the year.
Swing and a fly ball right to the center fielder. He'll make the catch for the third out of the inning. Sonics strand one. We head to the top of the second. Your Turbo AI score. The Jailbirds 2, Sonics love. Here comes Flame, the former Sonic. Also was one of the judges for the talent show, and he's also a Detroit Tigers fan. Now from the stretch, and the first pitch on the way is in there for a strike, 0-1. Flame batting just a $190, a little bit below the Mendoza average. Greg, here comes the 0-1 is a curve outside, ball one. Using that pitch to bait for the swing and the miss, but Flame knew that was coming, didn't bite on that one. Sonics playing their original shift. Here comes the 1-1. Inside, ball two. So it's Aura at third, Doogie at short, Jason at second, Belly at first, Aura behind the plate, Gabe in center. I don't know who's at set. No, Gabe in right. Might be Chaz. You know what? I don't know who's in center. I'm pretty sure that's Chaz and Pikachu in right and left. Here comes a 2-2. Strike three called. Ring him up at 98 on the outside edge. So down goes the leadoff batter for San Fran. And here comes Gregory Sugikuni, the former Sonic. And Echo looking to make him pay right here. Greg chirping at him, step off, step off. As that pitch is swung on and missed for strike one. Echo with 3 strikeouts already. Remember, you need 12 strikeouts to get a free bowl of clam chowder from Carl's. From the stretch. And the 0-1 pitch is a strike. So Echo quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Greg is saying that his animation is glitched, but that might just be his device. I don't think it's actually glitched because it's fine on my end. So it must just be a him problem. Here comes the 0-2. That's swinging and popped up. Third base side. Aura's there. Makes the catch. 2 down quickly here in the top of the second. And here comes Go Yankee, the leadoff man. Had the single into center field last time. As the first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. For everybody else, saying that Greg's animation is fine, or Echo's animation is fine, and that's just Greg tweaking. Now from the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch on the way is swung in line, down the left field line, it's foul. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on, top of the second. Echo looking to put down Yankee. Warning shot Tress, says Tox. Here comes the 0-2. Strike 3 called! Burn it in on the outside corner. 1, 2, 3. Go the Jailbirds in the second. We head to the bottom of the second. Jailbirds lead 2-0 over the Sonics. The leadoff batter will be Doogie Pirate, and what a game he had last time in Iowa. Had that clutch 2 RBI double and the leadoff home run, and that's a swing and a miss for strike 1. I must say, Tox is doing great on the mound tonight. He's been just throwing his stuff. It's been looking absolutely filthy. Pitching fast, I think that's most certainly helping him. As that ball is fouled down the third base line. No balls, 2 strikes here on Doogie. That's way high, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now from the set, here comes Tox's 1-2. Swing and a foul ball down the third base line. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the leadoff man, Doogie, here in the bottom of the second. Here comes the 1-2. Up high, ball 2. The stretch and the 2-2 pitch is swung and lined into right field, a base hit. Doogie leads off the bottom of the second with a leadoff single, and here comes Pikachu. Holy smokes, how about that? Hawks giving up his second hit of the night. His ERA went down from 16.2 to 13.5. Good on him. As that's a ball outside. Pikachu hasn't played in a couple of days, so I'm worried he might be a little bit rusty. 364 with only 1 home run in the season. 5 RBI though, so that's good. Anyways, here comes the line kick and deal, the 1-0. It's a strike on the outside bottom corner. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Now from the set, and the 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike. The count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the second, Sonic's trail, nothing to 2, as that pitch is lined into right field for a base hit. Doogie is safe at second, and there are runners on first and second with nobody out. And here comes Aura. 3 home runs, 8 RBI in the season, batting .214.
Well, that's just disappointing play from the right fielder. Completely motionless there. Let that ball fall in right in front of his face. And now it's first and second, nobody out.
Would you say that was vintage Tox right there? As that's in there for a strike, nothing in 1.
I would say I think that's Notre Dame there on right field, putting on his best Tox impression. Yeah, I have to agree.
Remember, if Tox didn't let that ball drop in front of him in Columbus, those runs wouldn't have come in, as that swung and a miss. So Aura quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Doogie getting a decent lead off the bag at second, dancing around. Anyways, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Way high, ball 1. Hometown feint throws his second, but guess what? Nobody home. And Doogie is safe on second, Pikachu on first. Or at the plate, the go-ahead run in the bottom of the second with nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes, as that pitch is lined right to the first baseman. He'll take it to the bag. He is safe. Runners on second and third for Full Squad. Full Squad had that full blast yesterday. His second home run of his big league career. It was a 3-run blast to give the Sonics an 8-0 lead. And man, talk about the clutch from Pikachu. That beautiful slide right there is what kept this rally alive. Here comes the first pitch inside, ball 1. Started him off with the fastball, but it was inside, trying to bait a swing. Pikachu dancing around the bag at second. Way high, ball 2. Doogie dancing around the bag at third. Pikachu on the bag at second. Yankees' only play was the first base, and that was a force out. Runners get their leads. Here comes a 2-0 pitch that's swung and lifted. Deep to right field. It's over the head. Notre Dame's there to make the catch. Tagging from third is Doogie. He'll score, and the Sonics are on the board. It's 2-1 Sonics trail. The tying run at second base. Here comes the Astros fan. Gabriel plays 77. Do we have the trash can still? We might need to bang that a couple times.
Oh, but I would have to
fastball. Here comes the first pitch on the way. That was the fastball.
We lose the feed if I ult tab.
Popped up. Yankees there. And that's the end of the inning. But the Sonics get 1 run back. Your Turbo AI score. It's the Sonics 1, Jailbirds 2. Oh, and Owen. Owen's giving it to him. So good to have Owen back after missing a couple games because of his basketball tournament. Really like to have you back, buddy. On the bench, it's Full Squad, so Owen has come in for Full Squad now. As that pitch is in there for a strike, nothing in 1. AJ 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Not sure why Full Squad, after being so hot lately, is being benched, but oh well. Anyways, here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's in the dirt, ball one. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. For the leadoff man, AJ is a beast. AJ calls time, steps out the box, now steps back in. For those of you keeping track, today is day 29 of my concussion. Yep, and you know what else wears number 29? That's outside ball two. Number 29, Cal Raleigh, the robbed MVP of the MLB. Also, number 29, Vince Dunn on the Seattle Kraken. Anyways, now from the stretch, here comes the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball foul down the third base line. Count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So besides that change, everything else stays the same. Owen now behind the plate. Full squad on the bench. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, ball 3. He tried to go with that curve again. And AJ has some words for him. He didn't like that one. He says, "You're not real, bro." And uses a semicolon for an apostrophe. Now from the stretch. Gets a sign from Owen. Here comes a 3-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball over the head of Aura. That's going to get into left field, a base hit. A leadoff single for AJ is a beast. And here comes X-Tox. The infamous former Sonic gives Owen some, well, I'm glad to be back in Seattle shots, and then steps into the box. A double play would be nice here, but like a real double play, not, oh, it could have been a double play, but we threw the ball away. Anyways, here comes the first pitch on the way. In the dirt, ball 1. Echo already at 51 pitches and going into the 3rd inning. AJ dancing off the bag at first. Here comes the 1-0. Way high, ball 2. They might be walking him again.
Yeah, that was really disappointing.
AJ
That was really disappointing. Third baseman, Aura, unlucky. Both middle infielders didn't cover on it. Should have been double play. And that's how Tox got on base, and that's how he ended up scoring.
That pitch is fouled into the seats on the third base side. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. AJ on first. In there for a strike. The count evens out to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Man, a strikeout against Hawks would feel so good. So good. Now from the set, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing! And a miss. Oh, they got him swinging. Off speed again. Tox wants to call a check swing. All I saw was a big strike 3 rip from the ump. 1 down. Here comes hometown hero. First pitch on the way is a strike. It's in there. Check swing doesn't matter. Nothing in 1. AJ saying, any of you don't want me seeing red, as that pitch is fouled down the third base line. The count quickly, 0-2 in Echo's favor. Oh, that's the worst type, BB8 says. He said, like a dark red or a light one. And he said light red. So there's the T. Here comes the 0-2. Outside, ball 1. Bellinger dancing at the bag at first. Aura trying to distract hometown, moving left to right. Jason doing a little dance out there at second. AJ dancing off the bag. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on right to Aura. This could be 2. Flips to second for 1. Fires to first in time. Double play. They got him. Holy smokes. What a play. That felt way different than that thrown away ball. And instead of throwing it away, Aura makes the right play and turns 2. Anyways, here comes Jun. Led off in the first with the strikeout. Now looks to avenge it. Hasn't had a home run this season. No, I'm sorry. He's had He's at 8 home runs this season. Well, he would love to get number 9 right here, as that ball is way high. Ball 1. Talks, if Talks loses his control, we've all seen it before. He just like gives up bomb after bomb as that pitch is popped up behind home plate. Hometown's there to make the catch. 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. And the batter will be Bellinger, who grounded out last time, 0 for 1 tonight. I should have said that the other way around. My apologies. Bellinger goes to the opposing dugout, chirps a couple words to the bench players, specifically Flame, and we're ready as that pitch is swung and lined into center field. Center fielder is there to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Oh my goodness, are you okay? Are you gay?
Sorry, what?
Fall?
Oh, I'm on the wrong microphone. I dropped my glass bottle into the trash can.
Sounded like something fell, like something fell off the
Straight
shelf.
straight into the
Sure.
trash can. No, we're all good. That's so weird. My
Okay.
microphone's supposed to be muted.
You're like scaring me, bro. Because that pitch is down low, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now from the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch is the top corner, strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jason would love to get back on the trader. Here comes the 1-2, swinging a pop up, foul territory. First baseman is going. He is under there, makes the catch. So 1, 2, 3. Kill the Sonics in the bottom of the 3rd. Get to the top of the 4th. The Jailbirds lead 2-1. Here comes Vicinity. So the home plate ump Ninja getting some thank you shots from Owen. And now Vicinity getting in on the action. Oh wow, it's a threesome. Well, you know what they say, the more the merrier.
Yeah, the more runs, the merrier for Seattle.
That's true. Echo's still on the mound. 59 pitches through 3 innings. It's gonna be a bullpen day as that pitch clips the top corner for a strike. 0-1. Ridvok just said Ninja loves being all over your hometown, which is crazy. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a pop-up, foul territory. Bellinger was playing too far off the line. It falls, foul. We'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man Vicinity, looking for the 5th strikeout of the game. Anyways, here comes the 0-2. Swing and a fly ball punched foul down the left field line. We'll do it again. No balls, 2 strikes with nobody out to the leadoff man Vicinity here in the top of the 4th. Now from the stretch. And the 0-2 pitch, way high, ball 1. Fans are in the rafters tonight. Here comes the 1-2. That's swung and crushed deep to the gap in left and center. It will fall off the wall, down for extra bases. Rounding first hands to second is Vicinity. Up with the ball was Jun. He is safe. And a leadoff double for Vicinity. And there's quickly runners in scoring position, threatening by the Jailbirds. Kevin goes up, walks around the infield, puts a big kiss on Vicinity's cheek, now steps into the box ready to play. Nope, calls time. Has to go. Nope, he didn't like that box. He said that one had cooties in it. And then we'll go into the right batter's box, runner on second, as the first pitch in there is in there for a strike. And if or Echo does not get to 80 pitches by this inning, then AJ will lose his 5-leg parlay. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's a strike. Now Echo quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. He would love to get a K right here. Kevin calls time, steps outside the box, now steps back in, ready to play. Echo gets a sign from Owen. The 0-2. Inside, ball 1. Kevin didn't take the bait. Yep, and his own said, that was pitch number 67. Everybody spam in the chat with 6-7.
If anyone does that, I'm banning them from the stream.
That was some great color commentary as that pitch is outside. Ball 2. He needs a strikeout right here. You need to get your first out. Here comes a 2-2 pitch. That's swung and ripped down the right field line. That's going to fall right in front of the right fielder. And it'll be a put out from right. Holy smokes, what a play. What an arm by the right fielder. Gabriel plays 77. Yes, sir. Here comes Notre Dame. On the play, Vicinity will advance to third base. So runner at third with 1 out. Here comes the first pitch that's swung and lifted. Foul territory. It'll fall. Left field line. Foul. 0-1.
Be sure to put
We're
that in your
playing close.
sorry. Be sure to put that in your scorecard. Fielder's choice 9-3 as opposed to regular ground out.
Thank you for that. Aura playing close to the bag at third. 1 pitch, 1 on, 1 out. As that pitch is swung and lifted deep to center field. It's pretty back. It's pretty deep. It is pretty gone. Fire up the fountains. She gone. Notre Dame gets a hold of one, and when he gets a hold of one, he sends them a long ways. It's 4-1. Jailbirds on top. How about that? The former Sonic comes into Seattle and lights off a bomb. Talk saying we won the trade, but oh, Talks, I wouldn't talk too soon, because remember, we still have a lot more time to play baseball, and Sonics love to come back, especially in the bottom of the 9th. As that first pitch is swung and lifted, foul down the right field line, 0-1. I love how Talks is talking after giving up the game last week Sunday in Columbus. I mean, oh, the irony. All right, anyways, here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's a strike, 0-2. Ridvock, the 8-hitter, was pinching for Flandrius. Looks like he arrived late to the game, so that's why Flame took the first at bat. Anyways, here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Oh, they got him swinging. 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Here comes Royard blocks. Batting .333, no home runs, no RBI. OPS of .393 with 1 strikeout. Here comes the first pitch to Roy. In there for a strike, 0-1. If Echo gets to 80 pitches, AJ will reach parlay. I would love to see AJ misses parlay. Here comes the 0-1. Outside, ball 1. Echo would either need a putout somehow or a strikeout in 2 pitches. Here comes the 1-1. Check swing. No, he did not go. AJ yelling in the chat. He's known for being very notorious and toxic. Anyways, from the stretch, here comes a 2-1 pitch. Swung and lifted. Right field, and AJ has missed his parlay! Oh, happy day here in Seattle! Echo does not get to 8 pitches before the end of the 4th inning, and they are going happy here at Safeco Field. How about that? Hawks on the mound doing great tonight. Only allowed one run and only at 39 pitches. That pitch is swung and popped up shallow left field. AJ's there to make the catch. 1 down. One pitch, 1 out. Here comes Doogie. He's 1 for 1 with the single. Does some extra. Hometown does some extracurriculars to the ump as Doogie steps into the plate. Yeah. Doogie had his first career home run last night, as that's in there for a strike, 0-1. BB8 says, AJ losing his parlay is making my day. I have to agree with that one. As that pitch is swung on right to the third baseman, scoops it up, fires to first in time, 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the fourth. Here comes Pikachu. 1 for 1 with a single tonight. Sonics have not had an extra base hit or home run in this game, as that pitch is way high, ball 1. Tox has done great on the mound so far. I mean, you just have to commend him. Here comes the 1-0. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. He has really improved since Sunday's game last week in Columbus. I would say this is a different guy. Here comes the 2-0. That pitch is swung on and blasted deep to right field. It is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Holy smokes, a 2-out home run by Pikachu 7345, and Sonics cut the lead down to 2. They trail 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth. How about that? Here comes Aura, 0 for 1 tonight. Rounded out in his last at bat. His first pitch is popped up, foul territory right next to me. It will be caught for the final out. But Sonics got to run back. It's 4-2. Sonics trail. So top of the fifth we go. Looks like we might have a pitching change. Go Yankee, the leadoff man, once again, will bat for his 3rd time around. As that first pitch is line, right to Aura, makes a beautiful catch above the head, 1 out. Here comes AJ the Beast, 1 for 2. He struck on his first and singled on his second at bat. Here comes the first pitch on the way inside, ball 1. Now from the stretch, here comes the 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Valenaris playing deep second base, closer to shallow right center. Now from the stretch, here comes the 1-1. That's popped up, right field. Gabe's there to make the catch. Curb plunk, 2 down here in the top of the 5th. The batter will be X-Tox. Struck out his last time, but he's 1 for 2 with a single, and he scored once. Another strikeout would be nice. First pitch way high, ball 1. Now from a stretch, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and lifted deep to center field. Jun is there, makes the catch, and that will end the threat. 1, 2, 3 go the Jailbirds in the 5th. Wait to the bottom of the 5th, and guess who's leading off? It's the man, X5 Owen, batting .266. He will love to get a payback smack against this traitor Tox. And man, the season that Owen has had, went on a huge hitting drought, then went on a huge hitting streak. First pitch to Owen is way outside, ball 1. But that's not the real storyline that we should be talking about. The real storyline is how great Tox has been doing on the mound tonight. As that pitch is swung in and lifted, shallow left field. Left fielder was playing shallow. It's going to drop in for a base hit. And Owen has a leadoff single. Yes, sir. Can you believe it? And the next batter, 9-hole, will be Gabe. 0 for 1 tonight. That pitch is outside, ball 1. So Owen on first with the leadoff single. dancing at the bag at first. Here comes the 1-0. It's in the dirt, ball 2. The count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. What I was saying before the hit, before the home run, Talks has done great on the mound. He's practically been lights out as that pitch is fouled down the first base line. 2 balls and 1 strike. He has really cleaned up his game from last week Sunday in Columbus. That was a dark day for sure. Here comes a 2-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike on the inside corner. The count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 0-1 on first. Here comes in the dirt. Count is full with 1 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Sonics trail 2-4. A big swing would make this game tied. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung and a miss. Strike 1. Out number 1. Gabe goes down swing, but here comes Jun. 0 for 2 with the flyout and a strikeout tonight. He's been on quite the hitting deficit, hitting slump, hitting drought. He needs to get a hit to turn things around. Not many games left in the season. Jun already having a pretty good season, batting .481 with 8 home runs. That's in there for a strike, nothing in 1. Out from the stretch, and the 0-1 is outside, ball 1. The count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. Tying run at the plate, and if he can get on, the go-ahead run would be Bellinger. As that pitch is in the dirt, ball 2. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike, with 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Now here comes the 2-1 pitch. That's a strike caught on that outside edge. The count evens out to 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on first, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. From the set, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a fly ball, crushed to center field, and by the batter's eye, take cover, and it's gone! Fly, fly, fly away! Goodbye, baseball. Holy smokes, Jun gets number 9, and guess what? We are all tied here in Seattle. It's 4-4, and the magic is alive in the corner of Edgar and Dave. Holy smokes, how about that?
Yes, sir. He just found his pitch and absolutely walloped that. Good for him. He's only had now that is his second hit in a Seattle uniform.
Yep, had 4 walks, I believe, as a Sonic, and also 5 walks as a Sonic. And home run number 1 as a Sonic. Bellinger crushed his 8th home run in the cornfields last night. But other than that, he hasn't been too hot. He's already 0 for 2 tonight. But guess what? The energy in this ballpark is absolutely rocking. As that pitch is outside, ball 2. BB8 on the bench in the Seattle dugout saying, "We have life." AJ, are you seeing red? In there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Game tied. Hawks at 63 pitches. Now from the stretch, here comes the 2-2. Swung on and fouled. Third base side. It'll fall. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on. Bellinger represents the go-ahead run at the plate. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a fly ball. Left field. Left fielder's there. Makes the catch. 2 down. Here comes the player manager, Vallenares, or Leonatus, whatever you want to call him. And there's someone in this game, in this server called Unified Spam. I love your name. I love spam. You can eat spam with anything, anytime. It goes good with almost every dish. If you don't know how to use spam in your meals, let me know. I'll give you a cookbook, or I'll just like put your Discord in the chat, and I'll DM you spam recipes. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. That's
Speaking
outside.
of spam
ball 1.
recipes,
1 ball and 1 strike.
I saw this one a long time ago called plank spam, where basically you serve it as if it was I don't know, a fancy dish on top of a plank. They said that eating it with that piece of wood makes it taste better.
Eating it with what?
With the piece of wood you used to serve it with.
Oh, interesting. Anyways, here comes the 2-2 pitch that's fouled down the third base line. The count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Talks at 69 pitches. 2-2. Swung on a miss. So down goes Jason swinging, but the Sonics get 2 back. We're all square at 4 after 5. So how about that? Looks like we're going to go to the mound. No, we're not. I think they should go to the mound. Echo at 85 pitches already. AJ says his parlay this time is that Echo gets off the mound this inning. And you know this probably will happen. As that pitch is popped up, shallow infield, nobody there. Now everybody's coming in, and it looks like, Jason got it that time. He climbed on top of Aura's shoulders, made the catch, 1 down here in the top of the 6th. It looks like some cheerleading routine. Owen, the home plate up ninja and vicinity, all having a little party. Oh, wow, extracurriculars, okay. Jailbirds in their gray and orange road uniforms. Says San Francisco across the chest. Their numbers in white on the back. That pitch is inside, ball 1. Sonics in their white, purple, and golds. Their home whites. Says Seattle on the front, as that's in there for a strike. Counting's out to 1 ball and 1 strike. With the purple and gold cleats. Purple shoelaces. With white numbers on the back. Here comes the 2-1 pitch that's swung and grounded through the hole of the left side of the infield. Another base hit for Vicinity. His second of the night. Had a double. Now it's single. A triple and a home run, short of the cycle. Here comes Kevin. Grounded out last time, but hey, a double play would be nice. And AJ just put a new parlay up saying 100 pitches this inning, 100%. He's already at 90%, so it probably won't happen. But another probability is another double play. Here comes the 1-0 pitch that swung on through the gap of left and center. Wait, no, diving stop. Throw to second for no, he's safe. Holy smokes, they should challenge that call. I don't think that was the right call.
It's a tough situation there for the first baseman, caught in no man's land. Echo, best Garrett Cole impression, a little slow to get to first base to cover in time.
Notre Dame swings, flies, that's gone.
Yeah, I mean,
his second home run of the night.
I mean, that's what you get when you don't field.
This game is tied no more. Yeah.
Top of the first inning, failed to convert a double play, 2 runs scored. Now here, maybe 2 runs would have still scored, but instead 3 runs score on a boneheaded fielding play, to put it frank.
AJ talks are celebrating, saying we won the trade. And, you know, it looks like they are, but still plenty of time left. Sonics were down 9 runs on Wednesday before mounting the biggest comeback of franchise history. That pitch is in there for a strike, nothing and 1. Talk saying Echo. Oh, as that pitch is swung on right to Jason. Bellinger late to the bag at first, still makes the out. 2 down here in the top of the 6th. 3 runs are in, thanks to Notre Dame's second home run. Here comes Roy Blocks. 0 for 1 tonight. From the set, here comes the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ninja saying they slipped me at 20, so that's why it's rigged. He said he rigged it. There you go, Bods. Fire this guy. I'm just kidding. Ninja, one of the hardest working umps out there, always there at every game. He's a great guy. BB-8 trying to ban everybody. Here comes the 0-1 swung on and missed. Nothing in 2. 2 outs. 3 runs in. Echoes at 96 pitches. If he strikes out, parlay, night-night. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Good take The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked like a strike on the outside plate, but calls it a ball. Royal calls time. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Owen is there. He makes the catch, and AJ is 0 for 3 in parlays tonight. How about that? Okay, well, if we had to make parlays, I'd say Tox gets blown up this mound. That's what I'm saying.
I'll put the house on that.
That pitch is swung and a miss, and I think we might be losing our house this time, buddy. Uh-oh.
Well, it's okay. I don't have a house in my name, so Loki wasn't betting anything.
That's fair. Here comes the 0-1 pitch that's swung in line. Right field, it gets down for a base hit. Just splits the right and center fielders all the way to the wall. This could get down for extra bases. Rounding first, heading for second. Echo up with the ball to center fielder. The throw will not be nearly in time, and a leadoff double for Echo. Holy smokes, this place is rocking here at Safeco Field. And we might be able to hit our parlay. Here comes Doogie Pirate. Had his first home run of the season yesterday. Very quiet today, only 1 for 2. I'm pretty sure he grounded out last time. Had a single and scored once. But hey, 2 times would be the charm. Outside ball 2. Looking for a 2-0 cookie right here. AJ 0 for 3 in parlays tonight. Here comes the 2-0. That's swung on and fouled down the third base line. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Talk's pretty good on the mound, better than he was on last week Sunday in Columbus. He's done very well on the mound tonight. I think whoever helped him, shout out to you, because, man, you turned one around. That pitch is swung on a miss for strike 2, a breaking ball at letters high. I'm calling Doogie a chud. Here comes the 2-2 in the dirt. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Echo dancing at the bag at second with nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Sonics trailing by a score of 7-4. Doogie calls time, now steps back into the box. It would be funny if Doogie got a home run right here. Now from the stretch, here comes the 3-2 pitch. Swung and lifted. Deep to right field. This is going to drop in for a base hit. Drops in for a base hit. Here comes Echo. He's on his high horse. He's rounding third base. The play at the plate. He is safe. He is safe. Sonic's going to run back. It's going to be a leadoff. It'll be a RBI single for Doogie. And hey, yesterday he had a 2-run RBI single. Tonight he has an RBI single. How about that? Pikachu 2 for 2 tonight. Had that big game-tying home run in line for another home run right here. Ninja says, players get lucky sometimes. Why is the hating us? That's in there for a strike. And if you're 2 for 2, you already know the pitcher is going to be super aggressive or not competitive at all. And it looks like he's going super aggressive because it's Talk. The 2-2 pitch is swung and a rip. Down over the head of the first baseman into right field, a base hit. Pikachu is safe at first. Runners on first and second. And here comes the go-ahead run in the form of Aura at the plate. Only has 3 home runs, but has been in a huge hitting slump since coming to Seattle. This game is getting intense, folks. Here comes the first pitch on the way to Aura. That's inside, ball 1. Started him off with an off-speed that was inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Doogie is 5 for 7 with this team. I can confirm that. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's inside again, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes through the exact same pitch, the exact same location, but the exact same result. 2-0. Here it comes. 3-0. Exact same spot again. I'm a little confused. If you can tell me why, please put it in the chat. Now from the set, looking for that 3-0 cookie. Here it comes. In there for a strike. Exact same pitch, just a little bit in the strike zone. Ninja heckling the Sonic players. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. Anyways, here comes the 3-1 pitch that's swung and lifted deep to center field. It'll be caught on the run. Tagging at second is Doogie. He'll head to third. A productive out for Aura. Here comes Owen, 1 for 1 with a single. He scored once. For the first out of the inning, guess what? Owen sack fly brings this game closer than you think. Doogie at third. Here comes the first pitch. In the dirt. Ball one. Doogie at third. Pikachu at first. Here comes the 1-0. It's way high. Ball two. The count goes quickly to 2 balls, no strikes. 0-1 for 1 tonight with a single. Scored once. Fox has brought his ERA down by about 6 points. That's great for him. He's done great all night. Here comes the 2-0 pitch that's swung and fouled. First base line. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Runners on the corners. 1 run in. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Now from the stretch. Here comes the 2-1. In there for a strike. Throw down to third, not in time. And I think they should implement a new rule. If the ball is thrown away, you should be able to run. So quickly, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 run in, 1 away. Runners on the corners here in the bottom of the 6th. The 2-2 is inside, full count. So 1 run in on a 3-2 count. Runners on first and third with 1 out. Sonics trail by 2. Here comes the 3-2 pitch that swung in and ripped foul down the first base line. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners with Sonics trailing by 2. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a drive! Deep to left field! Incoming second deck bleachers! Goodbye! Baseball! Bounces off the facing of the out-of-town scoreboard, and it is gone! Holy smokes! Owen gives this team the lead for the first time in this game. It's 8-7. Sonics on top. Holy smokes, how about that?
Wow, he really tattooed that one. I mean, Owens promised us a grand slam in the 7th inning. That's been going on for a while, but I'll take another 3-run home run from him any day, and especially one that takes the lead for Seattle. First time today, as you said.
And it looks like the Jailbirds are going to the bullpen. This we'll take a break here too. Again, this trip to the bullpen is brought to you by Hardware Haven. Customer first in Kent, Auburn, and Soto. Go to Hardware Haven for all your hardware needs. I just won my parlay. How about that? Holy smokes and a my oh my.
Well,
I just won my parlay.
You can take that to the Vegas airport. As soon as you land, you can go straight to the slots. Yeah, might as well double your earnings while you're ahead.
Here comes Vicinity. Only pitched a third of an inning. Gabe 0 for 2. But hey, Vicinity's ERA is pretty solid. It's zeros across the board. So tonight I'm 1 for 1 on parlays. Unlike AJ, he's 0 for 3. And guess what? 1 more and he gets the golden sombrero. And if he gets 2 more wrong, he gets the platinum sombreros. That first pitch is in there for a strike. Nothing in 1.
Wow. What a day. Talks gives up a booming home run, and unlike some former Seattle pitchers, he doesn't fan all. Pretty impressive display of control from him.
That pitch is in the dirt. The count evens out to 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 4 runs in for Seattle. Now from the line, kick, deal, 1-1, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Notre Dame saying hey to you. I think he's saying hi to Scary Gary, my bad. Now from the set, here comes the 1-2. Inside, ball 2. Down goes the 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 1 out, 4 runs in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. From the stretch and the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Got him looking. Vicinity does a backflip on the mound, and there's quickly 2 away. Here comes Jun. Had that 2 RBI, hit a game-tying home run last time. 1 for 3 tonight. Other than that, he's been pretty cold besides that home run. I mean, Owen just plastered that pitch. Had his get back against the former Sonic X-Tox. You love to see it. As the first pitch is swung on and lifted deep to shallow left field, it'll be caught by the third baseman. We head to the 7th inning stretch. Hey, you want to read us off the out-of-town scoreboard?
Yeah. While we have a removing of the visuals. In the 8 o'clock starts, sorry, you're gonna have to give me 1 second. 8 o'clock starts, your final score in Portland. Arizona loses 8-6, 38 combined hits in the game. In Washington, Chicago Breeze thrump Washington 8-2 over the Wolves. And in Philadelphia, traveling Chicago Ravens fall by 1 run. Cool Breon hits a go-ahead 2-run home run. It's the Surge 7 and the Ravens 6. In the other 9 o'clock games, Milwaukee leads Baltimore 5-0, top of the 6th. And St. Louis leads Iowa 4-1, bottom of the 7th. More importantly, over here in Seattle, Sonics 8 runs on 10 hits, and Jailbirds 7 runs on 10 hits.
Well, thank you for the out-of-town scoreboard. The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Hardware Haven with customers first. In Ken, Auburn, and Soto, go to Hardware Haven for all your hardware needs. Looks like Sonics are going to the bullpen here. It'll be Bellinger. Everyone buckle up. 18 pitches with a 7.5 ERA. Would be a miracle if he did good tonight. Here, he's facing Go Yankee as leadoff man. This is going to be fun, folks.
I believe the last time Bellinger pitched, he went 0.0 innings, gave up a home run, and was promptly replaced.
How fun. Here comes the first pitch on the way. That's swung and lifted deep to left field. Pikachu's there, 1 down here in the top of the 7th.
I almost got worried I jinxed it for a second, but Bellinger just gave him something that he wanted to swing at, but it wasn't his pitch.
Here comes AJ is a beast. 1 for 3 tonight in terms of batting, but 0 for 3 tonight in parlays. The first pitch on the way is a strike called, 0-1. Ninja says, go Yankee trash theory. Cam says, this better be a puppet. Ninja says, perchance, Cam, astute observation by you. Anyways, here comes the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, it's outside, ball 1. Counting's up to 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. AJ is in debt a lot of debt. I'm pretty sure he has to give up his house and probably will be a slave for the rest of his life. Now from the stretch on the 1-1
I don't
pitch
think we can say that on
strike.
YouTube. Just a reminder to the audience that slavery has been illegal other than for prisoners since the end of the Civil War.
What do you say to the child Timu workers?
Machine
workers. Here comes the 1-2.
No.
In the dirt ball
See,
team.
those aren't slaves. Those are mandatory volunteers. A little bit different.
Okay. Anyways, here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball deep to center field. It's punched pretty deep. Here comes Jun. He's on the run. He makes the catch. Holy smokes. Had to cover a lot of ground on that one. Jun makes a spectacular defensive play. 2 down. Here comes Tox, the starting pitcher for the Jailbirds. Tox, the former Sonic, 1 for 3 tonight with a single and scored once on a run. Here comes the first pitch to Tox. In there for a strike, 0-1. I don't understand how there's 5 umps right now, and they're all distracting everybody in the game. That pitch is swung on a missed for strike 2. I don't think this should be allowed.
You know, I just think of them like cheerleaders, I guess. You know, dancing on the dugout like they do at, I forget which team, Rangers, I think.
Swung and lifted, deep to left center field. Doogie's there, makes the catch, 1-2-3. Go the Jailbirds in the top of the 7th, way to the bottom of the 7th. Your Turbo AI score, it's the Sonics 8 Jailbirds 7.
While we have this
Leading
lull in
off
the
will be Bellinger.
while we have this lull in the
No, you go.
action, and with San Francisco now at the field, starting pitcher talks 5 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts, gave up 3 home runs, walked none, and he's the pitcher of record, as the Jailbirds are in fact losing.
Here comes Bellinger. 0 for 3 tonight, has not changed anything. As that first pitch is swung in and belted deep to the center right. It will touchdown off the wall. Could be extra bases. Bellinger is rounding for second. Up with the ball as a center fielder. He slides. He is safe. A leadoff double for Bellinger. How about that? Here comes Leonidas next. 1 for 3 tonight with a single. Struck out in his last at bat. I just jinxed him again. I said he hasn't produced anything, and then he does that. Well, Jason hasn't produced anything either except that little single. He's been pretty much in a slump for the past 3 games. That is high for ball 1. A little bloop burn to right could bring Belly home. A double down any field line would also bring him home. A home run could bring him home too. Here comes the 1-0. Up high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Belly on second. Nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes Vicinities. 2-0 on the way to Jason. In there for a strike. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Jason has not had a home run since Friday, or no, since Wednesday, I believe, when they mounted that 9-run comeback against LA, now Portland. From the stretch, here comes the 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 3, great eye by Bellinaris. So 3 balls, 1 strike, runner on second. Sonics lead 8-7. Bellinaris calls time to step outside the box. Now steps back in. We're ready to go from the stretch. And the 3-run pitch on the way is swung on and belted deep to center field. It is gone. Goodbye, baseball. Holy smokes, a firecracker off the bat of Bellinaris. That's his 8th home run of the season. The Sonics lead 10-7 here in Seattle. Holy smokes, how about that? Anyways, here comes Echo.
Wow, I think commentator's curse is really working to our benefit this time around. What a beautiful blast by Villanaris there.
Yeah, he just got a hold of that one, had that 3-1 cookie.
Yeah.
Vicinity shouldn't have pitched all those balls.
They
Look what happens, kids. Be aggressive.
Yeah, certainly sent it a long ways. Reminds me of some Dippin' Dots.
Yep. Bangaliers, see you later.
Yeah. Anyways, while we have Echo up here at the plate, his pitching stats for today: pitcher record in line for the win, 6 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 home runs allowed, no walks. Certainly not the greatest pitching performance of his life, but just enough to edge out to be the pitcher record right now.
Echo has no home runs on the season either. He's been in the slumps. Here comes the 0-2. Check swing. It's outside for ball 1. Hooligan wants to give Cam a $4.99 Little Caesars meal via DoorDash. So that pitch is swung in and lifted into center field. It's going to fall past the diving reach of the center fielder, rolls all the way to the wall. This could get down for extra bases. Echo into second base. No, he's going for 3. He's going for 3. This is going to be a tough play. Here comes the throw. He slides. He is safe. Holy smokes. No out triple for Echo. Here comes Doogie. Wow, how about that?
Well,
I thought
Just
they were gonna nail him at third.
Yeah, just slow to get there by Talks. That ball not very far from him, the center fielder. Typical fielding play by him. Just got slower legs than a
I
paraplegic. Actually, that
don't think
might
we
get
can
me
say that.
canceled, but
I don't think I
yeah.
don't think we can say that one.
Let's just say that even the hair would have beat him in the tortoise and hare story.
Yeah, let's just say concussed me can still probably beat that. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Doogie only one home run on the season. That came yesterday in Iowa. Now from the set, here comes the 0-2. Swinging a little bunt. This can bring home a run. The throw to the plate, not near there. No, they went to first. They got the out. It's a RBI sacrifice bunt by Doogie Pirate. And it's 7-11. Sonic's on top. I love 7-Eleven. That's my go-to spot after school, before concerts, before big games. 7-Eleven always does me right. What's
Uh,
your go-to 7-Eleven order? Put it down in the comments and list the price. I might try it out.
Dude, I gotta be honest, I only go there for the Slurpees. I mean, they are really good.
Oh,
Don't
really?
get me wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they have free ones on Fridays? Or is that just limited edition?
I think it depends which Friday is. That pitch is popped up on the infield. Vicinity's there. That ends Pikachu's perfect 3 for 3. He's 3 for 4 now. And anyways, here comes the opposite of a perfect 3 for 3, an 0 for 3 in the form of Aura. No Aura on this end, though. He has done absolutely nothing offensively to contribute to this game. People are calling him JP. Reminds me of a JP. Strike call and nothing in one. I love 7-Eleven, especially on 7-Eleven when you can go and get a free Slurpee, free small Slurpee at your nearest participating 7-Elevens. But because of greed, outside ball one, they recently have to station a worker at the machines so that people only take one small Slurpee.
Oh, that's hilarious. Beating that American obesity epidemic.
Yep. No wonder why the insulin industry is making bank, because that pitch is fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
On deck is Owen, and if he appears in this inning, I'm gonna read a little monologue I prepared. Shout out to Ninja for the famous Fortnite streamer for the initial reference.
The 1-2 inside, ball 2. The count evens out to 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. I love 7-Eleven. Trying to think what's my favorite flavor. Here comes the 2-2, swing and a miss. Aura is 0 for 4 tonight. Backflip by Vicinity, and that will end the inning, but not before the Sonics pick up 3 more. It's the Sonics 11, Jailbirds 7. So Belly is still on the mound. Owen at first. Villanaris at second. Doogie at short. It'll be Echo at third. Pikachu in left. Jun in center, and Gabe in right. Here comes the pitch on the way. It's a strike in there. Clips the bottom corner. Nothing in one. Kate hits bombs now here. Everybody's in here. That pitch is outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aura behind the plate. I forgot Aura. Sorry.
Because he doesn't have any aura today, no hits.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hitless Aura. Here comes the 1-1 swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter hometown. Belly only has 6 strikeouts on the season. Left to get 7 right here. Gets the sign from Aura. Here comes the 1-2. Swinging a pop-up infield. Owen has it. Makes the catch, 1 down here in the top of the 8th.
Well, let me just say that.
Sitting in the penalty box.
Well, let me just say that
I'm sorry, what?
Bellinger has been a much better pitcher since the last time I've seen him. Chasing batters effectively, mixing those pitches well.
That pitch is outside. Ball 1. Vicinity's been really hot lately with the double and the single. Only a triple and home run shy away from the cycle. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a foul into the third base dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike.
By the way, I've just been informed of what the wants were for the Seattle team for the other out-of-town games. They got all 3 in the 8 o'clock slot. Portland beat Arizona. Chicago beat Washington, as that's in there for an outfield single. And Chicago Ravens beat Philadelphia. But Baltimore are losing to Milwaukee, and Iowa are losing to St. Louis. And of course, the most important one, Seattle beating San Francisco.
Jason forgot that this was baseball and not dodgeball and jumped over the ball when he should have caught it. I don't know how you did that. Good job, Valley. Anyways, that pitch is a strike. Kevin 2 for 3 today. Sonics would love to turn a double play, get out the inning. Dreadlord's in here now. Everybody's a staff. Who isn't a staff? Here comes a 0-1. That's fouled down the third base line. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes here on Kevin. Sonics looking for the strikeout or double play. As the 0-2 is in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner on first with 1 away here in the top of the 8th. From the stretch, and the 1-2 pitch is swung on. Hit right to third. Throws to second for 1. Relay to first in time. Double play. Holy smokes, they have done it again. Man, wow.
Yeah, that certainly makes up for the poor fielding early on in the game. Beautiful around the horn, as smooth as butter. Oh, Owen's up. You know what that means. I'm just gonna...
Okay, take it away.
Alright, hold on. I lost it. It's very important. Where is it? Hopefully he doesn't hit a home run before I say it. It's in there for a strike.
First strike, nothing in 1.
Here we are. I'll never understand how HEBBL teams allow players that just miss swings. I feel like there has to be pools of players in the server that won't miss simple at-bats. Or pitchers that won't miss the timing. I don't know, man. It seems so silly. Would love opinions on this. So, where did the entire team go?
They're all having a little chat session at the dugout. Okay, now they're coming back out saying we're ready to play. I hope the VODs are starting their 2-minute timer.
I thought they got fanned old for a second. I was looking down.
Oh. Owen 2 for 2 today. 5th home run in the season. I think that was the first one we caught on camera.
Yeah, it was.
That's up high, ball 1. You could say Owen's home runs are like a Yeti or a Sasquatch.
Yeah,
it might
that's
exist.
a good way to put it.
There's been a lot of Yeti sightings in the Northwest.
As we know,
from the set.
Sorry, as he whips at that one. As we know, Yeti and I go way back. Just yesterday, we were playing 2K together. You know, he always plays as the Memphis Grizzlies, and I, of course, New York Knicks, my basketball team. But yeah, he's like John Morant, Yeti. Honestly, he's a shooter on and off the court.
Here comes the 1-2, swinging a high fly ball, punch to center field by the J-Rod squad. Goodbye, baseball! Holy smokes! Lightning strikes twice. Owen with the 2nd home run of the night, and the Sonics lead 12-7 here in the bottom of the 8th. Holy smokes, how about that?
Well, I guess the announcer's jinx worked there. Shout out Tyler Bevins, or Blevins, I don't remember how to pronounce his last name, for the assist on that one. Wow. Seattle is looking like a brand new ball club, especially after that roster overhaul. Trades with Los Angeles, now Portland, and San Francisco. Picked up a couple bench players just today as well.
That pitch is in there for a strike. Gabe has done nothing. 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 Just a whole lot of nothing. Him and Aura are the nothings. Here comes the 0-1. That's swung in and lifted into left field. It's gonna be caught. What a diving catch by Go Yankee. He had a go-go gadget arm extension right there. Man, that was a beautiful rob. Anyways, here comes John, 1 for 4 tonight with the big home run. John would love to get another one right here, as that pitch is outside, ball 1. John's 5th at bat of the game. Pretty astounding to me. Gabe is raging in the dugout after being robbed of extra bases. Now from the set, here comes the 1-0 on the way to John. That pitch is swung on, lifted, left field. Yankee is there. He will make the catch. 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Bellinger. Had that double last time, and he scored on a run. Crowd trying to rally behind Bellinger. Xfinity steps off the mound. Now we're ready. Here comes the first pitch on the way to Bellinger. Strike. 0-1. Vicinity on 35 pitches. ERA of 13.5. 2 strikeouts. Now from the stretch, and the 0-1 pitch on the way to Bellinger is inside for a ball. So the count evens out to 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 run in via solo home run to the Jailbirds squad by X5 Owen, and 2 down here. Gabe robbed of extra bases, and John tried to smack one into Edgar's, just didn't have the power. Now from the stretch, and the 1-1 pitch on the way to Belly is inside again. The same pitch and got the same result. It's 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and a run in, nobody on, here in the bottom of the 8th.
Just
now from the set. 2-1. It swung on, lifted, deep to right field. Watch out, Dave Niehaus. And it, just falls short of the Dave Niehaus statue in right. It is gone. Goodbye. Baseball. Holy smokes, how about that? Bellinger's 9th home run of the season, and they are going crazy here at Safeco Field. Sorry, you were saying?
Oh, it's not as important as that. That was another beautiful blast there by Bellinger to cut me off. Final score in the St. Louis Iowa game. St. Louis wins 5-1.
Iowa, come on, man. It's a little mound visit, but the Senators will stay on. Here comes Jason, pretty much slumping today as well. I mean, you hate to see it. Just such a hard worker, keeping this team together. But man, he has been struggling at the plate a lot lately. The first pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Hey, you know what they say about him. First one in the door, last one out. You know, all that grit, that determination, that hustle. He's got the intangibles, you just gotta say.
That's true. He has great leadership skills, so that in there for a strike, 0-2.
As my friend Brandon would say, he's a player's player.
Yep, may not be there for the stats, but morale is just as important. Anyways, here comes the 0-2 pitch that's swung in and lifted. Shallow infield. He's there, makes the catch. And Notre Dame, the scary left-handed batter, has 2 home runs in this contest already. He's very, very scary. Former Sonic. We remember when he had 2 home runs in a game. That was just last week.
Yeah,
Right?
2 solo blasts against Los Angeles, as you said, fell short the warning track on his 3rd go. If he hit it, it would have been a tie game, and the team wouldn't have just fragmented like that. But overall, I guess Seattle won the trade, to quote AJ Talks and whoever, Yankee.
That pitch is lined into left center. Jen is up with the ball. He'll toss it into Leo. No, Doogie robs him. Doogie has it. Notre Dame doing push-ups at first. Ridvok 0 for 2 tonight. You would love to see him turn it. You would love to see the infield pull another double play. Now from the stretch, and the first pitch on the way is a strike, 0-1. As that 0-1 is in the dirt, ball 1. And in French, I just said, you are our Notre Dame nerd. Cade is tipping pitches. I'm sure that's not allowed, but because it's Cade, it'll be allowed. And anyways, that's a high fly ball deep to center. And no, Pikachu robs him of a catch. Holy smokes, what a catch by Pikachu for the first out of the inning. Doogie just reminding everybody that Cade's team lost to Portland. And they would have lost to us if that cheater Arct wasn't cheating. Anyways, here comes the first pitch to Royd. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. Sonics looking to turn the game-ending double play or get 2 strikeouts, 2 Ks. Here's the stretch. Notre Dame getting a lead. That's inside, ball 1. Owen should cover the bag at first more to prevent Notre Dame from taking such a big lead. Fans, don't forget to join us for the post-game show after this. I think we'll get Chaz and a couple other guys if he's not too hammered, as that pitch is check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. 2 balls, 1 strike. If he's not too hammered, he was at the laundromat earlier, but based on his voice recordings, it sounded like he had a couple shots before it.
Damn, just outed him over the air like that. It's okay.
We have 1 viewer, and that one viewer is me watching right now.
Yeah, no one's checking, no worries. They're gonna watch back the VOD. I'll just have to blurb it out.
Well, only Jason does that. Here comes the 2-1. Swung on a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Notre Dame dancing around at first. Doing a can out there.
Yeah, famous subscriber to my channel, Jason, if you're watching this far. If you hit a home run, your next time up...
3 called! Ring him up! Second out of the inning.
Jeez, he froze him. 1 out to go.
Sorry.
But let me get this in before the game ends. Yeah. If he hits a home run,
down to their final out.
If he hits a home run, next at bat, which obviously would come tomorrow, the way this game's going, I'll name my second child Jason.
Swinging a drive deep to right field. It's over the head of Gabe. It's down for extra bases. Gabe can't make the catch. Notre Dame going to third, and there's runners on the corners for AJ. 1 for 4, flied out last time.
Hopefully didn't speak too early. Knock on wood.
Gabe was playing way too shallow in right field. That ball went over his head. Here comes the first pitch on the way to AJ. Check swing, way high. Ball 1. Cade is tipping pitches. I'm not sure how this is legal in any sort of form, but he's official and no one cares. The 1-0 was swung and lifted right to Gabe, and he makes the catch, and that's the ball game. The Sonics are now over 500 for the first time since they've had everybody on their team. How about that? The Sonics have won the ball game. They take the season series 2-1 against San Fran, and they are jumping around on the first base side. Holy smokes, how about that? Please stay with us as we head to the post-game interview very, very shortly.
You can check if they're going to have a post game, if we're going to have an interview. But while we're here, we'll run through the line scores. First, for the visiting San Francisco Jailbirds, the losers today, batting the leadoff spot was the club captain, Go Yankee, 2 for 5, with a run scored and a strikeout. Batting second was AJ, all talk and no bat, as he was the last out of the day, 2 for 5, with a strikeout. Then batting the third position was the ex-Sonic Talks. A lot of chit-chat also, and nothing to show for it for him. 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout. Batting cleanup was Hometown, RBI singled in the first, and then fell off the face of the earth. A double play, and 2 more outs, so total 1 for 4 with an RBI. Batting the fifth position was Xfinity. The reliever got knocked around in the box, but he had a pretty solid day at the plate. 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a strikeout. Batting in the sixth position was Kevin. Kevin, half, 2 for 4, RBI and a run scored. Batting the seventh position was Notre Dame, and he was really the hero for San Francisco. He was their best chance. He accounted for 5 of their 7 runs. 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored, 5 RBIs. Those runs and RBIs courtesy of 2 beautiful home runs. The 2-run home run in the 4th and the 3-run home run in the 6th. Then batting to start off the game in the 8th position was Flamedrius, who went 0 for 1 and struck out swinging in the second, was replaced by Ridvalk for the rest of the game, did not fare much better, 0 for 3 with a strikeout to his credit. Batting to start off was Gregsy in the 9th hole, also went 0 for 1. Royard, similar to Ridvalk, entered in the 4th inning, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. On the mound for San Francisco, Talks, 5 1/3 innings, he takes the loss. 8 runs on 10 hits, struck out 2 and walked none. For Xfinity, finishing the game in mop-up duty, 2 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 hits for 5 runs. He struck out 2 and walked none, and gave up 3 home runs. Wowee. Now let's go over to the Seattle side. They're the victors today. June batted leadoff. Just 1 hit, but my, was it a nice hit. A 2-run home run in the top of the 5th inning with 1 out. So he went 1 for 5. Runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. Bellinger batted second, called his own shot in the 8th inning. That was his home run. He also scored once on a double, so all told, 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Batting in third position was the skipper, Velenaris, and he's been in a real mire, as my partner mentioned earlier, but 2 for 5, runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. Those 2 RBIs and the 2-run home run in the 7th inning. Batting in cleanup was Echo, starting pitcher. He did take the win, and more on that later, but he did much better at the plate. Let's just leave it at that. A double and a triple, and scored after both. 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. Batting the 5th position was Doogie. He didn't have as loud of a game as he did yesterday against Iowa, but he still had a great day at the plate. 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. That RBI came courtesy of a sacrifice bunt, a beautiful piece of small ball. Batting in the 6th position was Pikachu. My oh my, did we not expect this from him? 3 for 4 today. 2 runs scored and an RBI. 1 run and an RBI courtesy of a solo blast with 2 outs in the 4th inning. Batting in the 7th position was Aura, the man who finished the day behind the plate. 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Batting in the 8th position to start off was Full Squad, who doesn't get an at-bat because in his lone plate appearance, a sacrifice fly to drive in a run. Sorry. Okay, there we go. I forgot to advance the base runners. So Doogie actually scored twice. He was the one who scored on the sacrifice fly. Anyways, Owen finished the day, came in as defensive replacement in the 3rd inning, and my oh my, 3 for 3. 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs, a 3-run home run in the 6th inning, the first time we caught it on the air, a solo shot in the 8th for the last Seattle run. And
They need you in
okay,
EC.
I'll be there in a second.
Topics. Thank you.
And lastly, the 9-hole batter, Gabriel, 0 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts. On the mound for Seattle, taking the win, was Echo. 6 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 strikeouts, no walks, gave up 2 home runs. Bellinger finished the day for 3 innings. He gets the save. He scattered. Excuse me, I forgot to fill in my last piece of work. Um, 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs, struck out 1, walked none, gave up no home runs, of course. So that's the line score, and if you'll bear with me one moment, we'll stand by while he transfer you over to the post-game interview. All right, we're back here for the post-game interview with one of the players on the Seattle team, Bellinger. What a day for you.
Yeah, I wasn't doing very good to start it off, but my last 2 at bats were pretty good.
Yeah, talk us through that 8th inning. Someone told me that you called your shot and hit a booming home run.
Oh, yeah. So
Hey, good game, guys. Good game, Belly.
yeah, so
Oh my goodness,
basically
Tox is in here.
I said, "Hey Leo, I'm gonna hit a home run on Cade's life." And then the pitcher proceeded to throw a bait, which I didn't swing at because it was just shitty bait in my opinion. So then I decided I'm gonna went fast. He threw a fast fastball, so then I hit a home run, and then I saved.
Did I lose him, or am I just tripping?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, all right.
You're just tripping.
Yeah, okay. I figured. Long day and all. Now let's focus more on the team aspect. Well, for Seattle, a great offensive day, 13 runs all told on 15 hits, made 1 error. How does the full team feel about this big win against San Francisco?
Um, Everybody is looking pretty good right now. I think Owen's coming back from a slump after 25 games, I think.
Oh,
What was that?
Tox just left. I was gonna ask him a question later, but that's okay. Keep going.
Oh, oh. Um, yeah, I think the whole team's morale is pretty high right now. Um, we won 2 back-to-back must-win games, and I think that the overall team's is pretty happy right now.
Yeah, it definitely was indeed a great victory. One more question, turn it over to my partner over here. Uh, on the mound, you went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, struck out 1, allowed no runs. That's, in my opinion, your best pitching performance of the season. What's been the
Yeah,
the tweaks that you've done to, get yourself righted on the hill?
So basically, I had Aura Furious go catch, and he requested every pitch, and that's how.
Yeah. So you'd say that this acquisition from San Francisco Aura, not as strong at the bat as
Yeah.
his partner June, but definitely great on the mound. Helps the
Yes.
team.
Yeah, basically. I got my ERA down to like a 6.7, I think.
All right.
Yeah, you did great out
Yeah.
there.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I
No,
just wanted to say, well, Talks looked a lot better tonight than he did last week Sunday, when we were facing Columbus. What changed? Because I know you struggled against him a lot, especially in your first two at bats. So what do you think he did better?
To be honest, I just got a few aim breakers from Talks that I just kind of had bad aim on. But if I had better aim, it would have been gone. But he's like a shitter on the mound. So, um, to be honest, I won for everything he was throwing me. He was just kind of getting lucky.
Hmm. And how do you feel about the trade? Do you still want to be traded to Arizona?
Well, Cade is my best friend, and I wanted to play with him this season. And that's like where all my friends are right now. But I am still pretty happy on Seattle. But yes, I would prefer to be on Arizona.
Hmm. And how do you feel about Talks made a statement saying he wanted to leave earlier this week after the heartbreaking loss against LA, and now seeing him suffer in San Fran. How does that make you feel?
Um, to be honest, me, Tux, and Cade are probably gonna team up next season. But yeah, I think it's unfortunate for him right now. But I do think that our team in San Francisco, we're pretty even skill, as one would say, I think.
Yep, yep. And last question before we let you guys go. What do you want to say to the fans? Like any thoughts? Because there were a lot of people listening today, watching you hit dingers. So what are your thoughts for them?
My thoughts for the fans. I think that we're gonna be a way better team than we were. Uh, After that trade that we made, I think that John brings great vibes to the team, and he's a really good player. And I just think that we're definitely a better team after that.
Yep, yep. Well, thank you so much for your time as always. We love having you on here after the games, and we just want to say thank you so much. Great game today. Have a good off day tomorrow. See you on Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
All right. All right. I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Never mind. They all left. All right. That wraps it up for us here today on SESN Sunday Night Baseball. Final score: Seattle 13 runs, 15 hits. They made one error. For San Francisco Jailbirds, 7 runs, 13 hits, and they made one error as well. Winning pitcher of today was Echo in 6 innings. Bellinger with the save. Losing pitcher was Talks, knocked from the box in the 6th inning after giving up 8 runs all told. Great offensive day for both sides, but of course Seattle just swung a little heavier and took the edge in that. Seattle advances to 12 and 13, tied with San Francisco, who fall to that record, and they're both tied for 7th, last playoff spot. If they went match each other's records all the way, they would play a tiebreaker on the final day of the season. Well, that's all I want to say. Anything you want to say, Morgana?
Nope. I just want to say thank you all for watching. Great game today, and thank you for listening to my final broadcast of the regular season. I really truly appreciate everybody that's been supporting me throughout the way. My friends Brady, my cousin Taryn. I just want to thank everybody for listening. AJ, Goof, love you guys. Um, from the corner of Edgar and Dave, this is Morgan and Capitalist signing out for the last time on Sunday Night Baseball. Have a good off day tomorrow, everybody, and good night.